And it is also Financial Literacy Month that continues. And today, with Crystal Howell, our chartered accountant and certified internal auditor, we're focusing on the preteens. Good morning to you, Crystal.
Good morning.
Good
Nice.
morning.
Nice to see you, Crystal. So today we're focusing on those preteens, helping them understand, get an early understanding of how to basically use their money wisely.
Yes. So we're trying to graduate from the little kiddies with their piggy banks and allowances and move into what we would do to help our preteens to better understand how to manage their money. So they're going to be going through some changes and they're hopefully a bit better at math now. So to be able to understand how money works, if they have a part-time job, whether it be babysitting or helping someone in a store, anything along those lines that will help them to be able to better understand, graduate from chores to some kind of part-time work that will show them the value of working for money and having to earn it and what they can do with it. So many persons would understand, yes, you get money, yes, you might be able to earn money, but some persons may still not understand the value of being able to save that money for a rainy day. So one of the things you would want to do is to help your preteen to be able to transition from having a piggy bank or saving in their drawer to having a bank account. And for some of them, this will be their first interaction with a financial institution. So you want to get them. I remember the first time that I went to the bank and I opened a bank account, it was a little intimidating as a young person being inside of this huge big building and having all of these people looking very intimidating. But many institutions understand that children might have this fear. And there are a lot of them that actually have programs specifically for children and helping them to be able to understand how to save money, having programs to make it fun and getting them acquainted with the idea of what it means to save money and to earn interest. So it's very important for them to have that interaction from as early as possible so that they can grow into adults that are not afraid of exploring their options with a financial institution.
I feel, Crystal, like when you give children that kind of experience, they feel a different sense of responsibility. I was very fussy, and back then I had a bank book. But
Yes,
anyway, so so going on now, children would have to understand the importance or the purpose of having that ATM card, how to use it
yes.
responsibly, and all that. What are your thoughts on giving them something to target, like if they want something, helping them understand what it takes to save for that as well?
Highly encourage that because it helps them to understand why it's important to save. Because I know a lot of persons might have the mentality that, let's say you have $100 and you spend 80 of it, you only have 20 left. You're like, it's only $20. What's the point of saving this? This can't do anything for me. But if they realize that $20 this week and $20 the next week and $20 the third week might help them to be able to purchase that item that they really wanted, if they wanted a new pair of shoes or if they wanted to be able to purchase a new toy, they'd be able to see that that patience would eventually pay off. It's also important for them to understand how to actually use any cards that they have, whether it's an ATM card, a debit card, because there are some adults, even throughout this crisis, that have never used an ATM card before. So once they realize
Mhm.
no fear in using these things and how to use them effectively and responsibly, you will help them to grow into adults where these things are very normal.
Is it too
Excellent.
early, Crystal, to talk to the children, especially at this age, about investment, even if it be a small
No,
investment?
no. Actually, the earlier you can talk about it, the better. Because as you get
Hmm.
old, you get so afraid of these things because they're foreign. But if they're part of your language from small, when you get to be older, mutual funds is something that's a normal way of speaking. And investment vehicles, having a pension, all of these things, they may not understand the full ramifications, of course, from young. And you yourself may not even understand all the terms, but it's important to get them connected to persons or to use different mediums, whether it be the internet, whether it be the same financial institutions, whatever source you can use to help children to become accustomed to these terms, because that's what you want. You want to prevent the fear of not understanding or feeling as though this is only for wealthy families or this is only for certain kinds of people. You want them to be able to understand what they mean and be able to determine if this is right for me. Because not every single vehicle is right for every single individual. But the more accustomed and familiar they get, there won't be an adult who hears these things for the first time and feels afraid.
Yeah. The first thing that you would have started talking with us about in our series would have been understanding what you're spending so you know what you can hold on to or what you need to rein in. So for people who may be feeling like, well, I don't know where I would pull this money from to save or to give children to help them save, what would you say in our final minute?
This is where you're going to have to get creative because I know it's difficult, but for myself, I remember my parents helped me to be able to apply to different places, and they may not be fancy, but I started working at a cake shop with a family friend, and that helped me to be able to even help pay one of the bills inside of my home. So giving your child the attention to help them to be able to find avenues to be able to make their own money is invaluable for them to also understand that it's not that the parents are just finding jobs for them, but they're helping them understand how to find these things for themselves, where to look, because they're now trying to figure these things out. And your experience would be helpful and invaluable in terms of them be able to finding these things for themselves and using these tools in the future to be able to know how to write an application letter or a curriculum vitae or a resume so they could submit it to someone to earn a job, how to practice interview skills so that they will be able to be comfortable when they're trying to get their full-time jobs, and how to speak to a person, what are the things you should and shouldn't say, so that you can have that foundation built for when they're ready to earn money full-time.
Crystal, thank you
Excellent.
so much. It's always a pleasure hearing from you. And I know just a thought, we could probably as parents, the chores, a little $5, a little $10 there, here or there, whatever you could pull to help them start with that early job, But just an option. But thanks again, Crystal. Good seeing you.
You as
Thank
well.
you.